How to obtain your contractor's license in 2026. 2025 is gone, and if you were thinking of getting your C10 electrical, your C27 landscaping, your C9 drywall, your general contractor, or any contractor's license in 2025, well, that's pretty much done and over with. We're pretty much in 2026, and you have to start planning and stop delaying. If you want to get your contractor's license as soon as possible, you need to watch this video. Number one, my name is Luis Gonzalez from Blue Collar Licensing, and this is how you guys can obtain your contractor's license in 2026. But first, for those who don't know me, my name is Luis Gonzalez, and I have over 13 years in this industry, helping contractors such as yourself obtain your contractor's license. I also hold a D49 tree service license. Yes, the same process that you guys have to do, I already did it. I got my contractor's license. I have a contractor's license. So I know how to guide you, how to push you, so you guys can get your contractor's license in your own classification, whether it be C10, C33, general construction, roofing, plumbing, drywall, etc. Now, at Blue Collar Licensing, we help with all types of contractor license, any type of classification, any contractor's license in California, we can definitely help you. We have 4 offices here in California that include Baldwin Park, Fresno, San Jose, and Riverside. But our courses are 100% online. Our principal courses, the course that you need to take to obtain your contractor's license, is 100% online. Now, some contractors tell me, they still reach out to me, hey Luis, do you have in-person classes? And I tell them, look, I like in-person classes. We still do them when we do crash courses. We also offer those, but in forms of crash courses. But I tell them, you gotta think about it like this. Why are most institutions, most schools leaning towards online classes? Because you as contractors don't have fixed schedules, right? You guys are constantly busy, and any free time you do have, you're with your families. Most institutions are leaning the online route simply because contractors don't have fixed schedules. But here at Blue Collar Licensing, we're gonna help you obtain your contractor's license online, and you can walk into any of our locations. Now, how can you actually qualify? In order for you guys to qualify for your contractor's license, you do have to have at least 4 years of full-time experience in your trade in order to qualify. Now, you have to be at least 22 years old to obtain a contractor's license under your own name. However, here's what you have to understand. The years of experience won't be counted until after you turn 18. 18 plus 4, which is why you have to be at least 22 years old to apply for a license under your own name. Is there a possibility of getting a license before you turn 22? Yes, but you would need an RMO, which is a totally different video. If you're looking at getting a contractor's license for your own company under your own name, you have to be at least 22 years old. You can apply with either a social security number or an ITIN number. Since 2015, you can obtain a contractor's license here in the state of California with no papers, no social security number. As long as you have an ITIN number, which is a number you use to report your taxes, you can qualify with just an ITIN. Social or ITIN is okay. You also need a letter of experience signed. However, here's the thing. Depending on what license you want to obtain will determine who can actually sign this letter. Too many contractors get delayed thinking, oh, I need a contractor to sign off. Yes, some licenses require contractors, but not all of them. For example, if you're trying to get a landscaping, a painting, a drywall, a stucco, these licenses don't require contractors to verify your experience. We can go a different route, such as a client. A client can sign off on your experience. However, some licenses are a lot more stricter, such as general contractor, roofing, electrical, plumbing. For these particular licenses, we do need a contractor to sign off on your experience, or we can substitute that with payroll records. But here at Blue Collar Licensing, the first thing you're gonna do is we're gonna hop on a call, or you're gonna walk into our office, and we're gonna talk through all this information personally. We wanna see what information applies in your situation. Too many people are basing themselves. Hey, well, I talked to my boss and he said this. I talked to my best friend and he said this. My uncle got his license 20 years ago and he told me this. Guys, every situation is a little bit different. Not every situation is exactly the same, which is why we hop on a call with you or you walk into our offices. Based on the information you tell us, we will let you know what your options are. 95% of the time, it's easier than what you may think. A lot of contractors delay themselves. And when they actually come to our school and they actually get their license, they're like, man, I lost 5 years of my life, 10 years of my life thinking this process was a lot more difficult. But then I meet you guys and I get my license in 3 to 4 months and I just hate that I wasted so much time. That is why the very first step is to inform ourselves, get the correct information, get the most up-to-date information. Because yes, you guys, laws do change. Things get modified. To give you a perfect example, in 2023, the start of 2023, some exams were beginning to be administered in Spanish. That wasn't always the case. Since 2023, some exams like roofing, plumbing, drywall, landscaping, painting, general contractor, those exams can be taken in Spanish. That wasn't always the case. That is a perfect example to show you guys that laws change and things do get modified. Now, once you have all the information, your next step is choosing the best course that fits your needs. We have an 8-week course, a 4-month course, and a 7-month course. Depending on your urgency to get your license will determine what course is best for you. Depending on what level of preparedness you want in your course will determine which one is best for you. The next step is registering your business. You need to register a solo ownership, corporation, partnership, or an LLC. What you will learn is that licenses are attached to the business entity that you register, not under your name. However, we talk about that in your law book and in the classes. And the last and final step is applying to the CSLB and passing the exams. Now, I know many of you will be like, well, Luis, I know there's a lot more information. We haven't even talked about construction contracts. We haven't talked about general liability, contractor's bond. I'm like, I get it. But you guys, we learn about all that in the course, right? It doesn't make sense to turn this into a 30-day video just to get you guys the information you need to get started. Because that's what this video is, helping you guys get started. And yes, in my classes and in your law book, we will definitely cover construction contracts, general liability, workers' comp, contractor's bond, balance sheets, everything you need to know to get your contractor's license, especially in 2026. Like I said, we're not gonna waste another year. I know some of you guys were like, okay, next week I'm gonna do it. Next month I'm gonna do it. You fell asleep and 2025 is over, it's done. Now we're in 2026. We're not gonna waste another year. Now, there's no more excuses. We have 4 locations here in the state of California: Baldwin Park, Riverside, Fresno, and San Jose. Our principal courses are 100% online. Blue Collar Licensing has students in all of California: San Francisco, San Diego, San Bernardino, Temecula, Murrieta, Riverside, all of California. We can definitely help you get your contractor's license. For more information, give me a call here at this number, or you can ask for information on our website.